we have an interesting speaker. So I would like to introduce Soumya Balasubramanian. So Soumya Balasubramanian is one of the top nutritionists of Hyderabad with an overall experience of 13 years. Her areas of expertise is into infertility and PCOD management. She is popular in dealing with infertility and PCOD cases successfully with her diet and nutrition counseling techniques. Currently, she owns Lotus Clinics Center for which is a center for snoring and sinusal disorders. This is the first of its kind of snoring and obstructive sleep apnea clinic in Telangana, where she works in coordination with ENT and dental specialists. Moving on to her academics, currently she is pursuing her PhD, and she has completed her master's in clinical nutrition and dietetics from Usmania University. She also holds DFSM degree from Annamalai University. Also, she is a certified obesity and diabetes educator and a certified nutritionist in pediatric and geriatrics. So I would like to welcome Soumya Balasubramanian. Welcome, Soumya. Welcome to Tea Talks. We unable to hear you, Soumya. Can you please unmute yourself once?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes. Now we are.
Hi, Mayuri. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Soumya.
Hi, Janaki ma'am. How are you doing?
Today, some technical glitch and we are not able to hear Dr. Janaki.
Oh, only from Janaki ma'am's side.
Yeah, only from Dr. Janaki's.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So we'll be missing her voice today.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
So, yes. Shall we start?
Yes, yes, we can start, Soumya.
Yes. So, as usual, 1 minute. Where is that share screen? Yes. It is showing you disabled. Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
You'll get it now?
Yeah. 1 sec. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we are able to see.
You're able to see. Yeah. Yes.
So you can make it full screen.
Full slide show. Yes. 1 second.
No, from beginning, just press that.
Yes. From beginning.
Yeah.
Done?
Yes.
Yes. Fine?
Yeah.
Hope you're able to see.
Yes, we are able to see. You can start the session.
Yes. Good evening, all. This is Soumya Balasubramanian. And let us start today's topic on obstructive sleep apnea. All you need to know. Okay. Let me start with the contents. Introduction, clinical manifestation, management. Management includes weight loss, nasal continuous positive airway pressure, oral appliances, surgical management, and at last, take-home messages. So before going to sleep apnea, what is sleep? So sleep is a physical and mental resting state in which a person becomes relatively inactive and unaware of the environment. In essence, sleep is a partial detachment from the world where most external stimuli are blocked from the senses. How many hours of sleep is required for an individual? Starting from newborn to 2 months old, it's 12 to 18 hours, and so on till adults, 7 to 9 hours. And more than the quantity of sleep, I specify quality of sleep is important. What is quality of sleep? I'll conclude it at last. Next, what is sleep apnea? Coming to our topic. Sleep apnea, and particularly obstructive sleep apnea, is a common disorder that is characterized by repetitive partial or complete cessation of airflow, oxyhemoglobin desaturation, and increased effort to breathe. It takes its name from the Greek word apnea, which means without breath. Sleep apnea means cessation of breath. So in this picture, you can see normal breathing versus obstructive sleep apnea. During in normal breathing, if you see a soft palate, air can travel freely from your lungs through your airways. Whereas in obstructive sleep apnea, your airway collapses, stopping air from traveling free to and from your lungs and disturbing your sleep. So, according to American Academy of Sleep Medicine, what are the definitions? Guilleminault introduced the term obstructive sleep apnea syndrome, which is characterized by recurrent episodes of partial or complete airway obstruction during sleep. It is one of the common sleep disorders, which is an important public health problem. So, starting from apnea, hypopnea, obstructive sleep apnea, we all know the definitions. And let me be specific, what is apnea index, which is very important in assessment of obstructive sleep apnea. What is apnea index? Is the number of apneas per hour of sleep, which with 5 or less considered normal. Above 5, we have to treat. And what is central sleep apnea? Is a cessation of airflow from lack of respiratory effort. So, what are the changes and consequences? There are behavioral consequences and physical consequences associated with sleep apnea. What is our behavioral changes of sleep apnea? Nothing but daytime sleepiness, impaired concentration, neuropsychological dysfunction. These are our behavioral changes because of sleep apnea. What are the physical consequences? Cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, stroke, erectile dysfunction, and many consequences. So it is a multifactorial disease process which has profound negative health and quality of life effects. Our understanding of obstructive sleep apnea syndrome and its significance in general health is in a rapid state of development. Modern imaging techniques of the airway have great promise to more clearly define this disease process and possible effect of maxillomandibular advancement of this condition. Next, this circle clearly shows us, see, sleep apnea symptom circle. Sleep apnea due to which excessive sleepiness, especially daytime sleepiness, then because of daytime sleepiness, which is called irritability, then again, we are not achieving properly. That means we are into depression because of irritability and excessive sleepiness. Then because of depression, anxiety, stress, you eat a lot, stress eater, craving, etc., which again leads to weight gain. To be frank, this slide is very important for our day-to-day practice so that it is easily, we can explain to patients very easily where they understand what leads to what, like a diagrammatic explanation of sleep apnea that I practice day to day. Next, what are the risk factors? Age, sex, obesity, family history and genetic predisposition, craniofacial abnormalities, smoking, and alcohol consumption. What are the diagnoses? A presumptive clinical diagnosis of OSA can sometimes be made in patient with a short, thick neck who complained of snoring and excessive daytime sleepiness. Snoring, the commonest of sleep disorder, is found in 25% of adult males. Snoring is a result of base of tongue compromising the upper airway when the patient falls asleep. So the patient increases the speed of airflow in an attempt to maintain required oxygen, which again causes vibration of soft tissues. So what is this AHI? This is an index where AHI less than 5 is normal. That is apnea hypopnea index. That is how we calculate. It is normal. And AHI 5 to 15 is mild obstructive sleep apnea. AHI 15 to 30 is considered moderate, and anything greater than 30 events per hour is severe sleep apnea. Next, there are certain assessment where snoring and obstructive sleep apnea can be done in day-to-day practice in our clinical setup. One is effort sleepiness score scale. Let us take a questionnaire as a patient, like day to day, you snore a lot, or you sit and automatically you sleep. What are the daytime, how many hours per day you sleep? It's a questionnaire. So based on that, 0 to 2 or 0 to 3 or 0 to 4, you can score it. Next, there is top Berlin questionnaire, which is the same, and stop questionnaire, stop the blood pressure, stop questionnaire, and neck circumference greater than 17 in men and 15 greater than 15, then you have to treat. So in our clinical practice, when you treat obstructive sleep apnea, any which ways, when you treat obesity patient, neck circumference play a very important role. We of late we see BMI, weight, etc., but neck circumference many a times as a expert we rule out, we forget. It's to be in a to give in a line, it's not forgetfulness. We concentrate more on BMI and fat tissues, but neck circumference play a role. Snoring, obstructive sleep apnea, everything, you can change it in our day-to-day behavioral lifestyle modification approach. So let us come to our direct topic, obesity and obstructive sleep apnea. Obesity is associated with anatomic alteration that predispose to upper airway obstruction during sleep. So first, increase in neck circumference and fat deposited around the upper airway might narrow the upper airway. That is the first cause. Second, upper airway collapsibility is higher in obese patients when compared to a non-obese individual. Third, central obesity have been associated with reduction in lung volume. So this shows abdominal fat, acidic food, layback lifestyle, emotional anxiety, stress, eating more of sugars, again, inflammatory toxins, gene play a role, environmental health, all this together causes obesity, and which again is related to our obstructive sleep apnea. Next, weight loss and sleep apnea. Several studies have been performed to evaluate the effects of approaches, including dietary modification, exercise, as well as counseling. Studies have demonstrated that 10 to 15% reduction in body weight leads to an approximately 50% reduction in sleep apnea severity in moderately obese patients. This one, I have a case study also on this, actually. Weight loss is consistently associated with improvement in OSA severity. So weight loss, the greatest challenge is weight loss maintenance. It is easy to lose weight, but to maintain weight, it's difficult. Weight loss greater than 10% and maintaining at least 1 year is defined as good weight loss achievement. There are different regimes of weight loss, like intermittent fasting, high protein diet, low fat diet, low calorie diet, very low calorie diet, everything. But this is based upon the individual assessment. Like suppose we treat with high protein diet, we have to monitor their kidney function. So it depends upon the clinicians, it depends upon the expert. Based upon the behavior and the lifestyle of the patient, we change accordingly. So these are the regimes of weight loss. And yes, above 35 BMI, where after including all the regime, if the weight loss is not achieved and if there are no contraindication, maybe we can even suggest bariatric surgery if in case of morbid obesity without any contraindication. Yes, we have to take care of B vitamins and certain nutritional status of the patient. That is the surgery would be the second or last line therapy. Next, this shows how sympathetic nervous system in case of OSA is related, like increase in body weight, it increases BMI, it increases waist hip ratio, increases LDL cholesterol, increases total cholesterol, increases your triglyceride. Everything is related with our nervous system and our hormonal changes. So in this, it's clearly in this slide, you can clearly see subcutaneous fat and visceral fat, how it reduces the lung volume reduction. And yes, the upper airway obstruction is clearly seen. So this is a slide where you can actually see obstructive sleep apnea case. Now, what are the treatment of ASA? Steps and treatment plan: lifestyle modification, medications, positive airway pressure therapy, oral appliances and full mouth rehabilitation, surgical treatment. So coming to lifestyle modification, it is possible to correct snoring and OSA problems simply by suggesting modification in certain areas such as weight reduction, sleep position, alcohol use, sedative use, smoking. So CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure, is highly effective and safe treatment for obstructive sleep apnea and is generally considered to be a current primary treatment in case of OSA. So when talking about obstructive sleep apnea, I just wanted to add one or two slides about pediatric obstructive sleep apnea. Yes, OSA is seen in, say, in pregnant women. We take through questionnaire, and there are many. But pediatric obstructive sleep apnea, where now I see few cases where why? What are the features? Many features of childhood OSAs are different than adults. The prevalence of a pediatric OSAs is estimated to be around 2%, with the peak age being between 2 and 5. We see mouth breathing, that is, you can easily assess obstructive sleep apnea in pediatrics. This coincides with the peak of adenotonsillar hypertrophy. Gender distribution is equal in prepubertal groups. The majority of children with OSA refer to otolaryngologist have with mouth breathing. So because of which, as I said, sleepiness during daytime, aggressive and rebellious behavior have been reported in cases, especially in pediatric cases. Some children may also have behavioral and learning disabilities secondary to their OSAs. And so what are the take-home messages? OSAs is a common condition associated with significant morbidity and mortality. It is therefore important that professionals be aware of the signs and symptoms of OSAs so that diagnosis can be confirmed and treatment initiated as soon as possible. Weight reduction is a first-line therapy in obese individual. Oral appliances are treatment options in the management of sleep apnea syndromes. ENT evaluation is mandatory. So, in one line, weight loss program should be the goal for all clinicians. This slide shows the effect of sleep deprivation. Increased heart rate, risk of heart disease, decreased reaction time and accuracy, aches, irritability, cognitive impairment, erectile dysfunction, impaired immune system, risk of diabetes, hallucinations, and in pregnancy, the fetal, we can reduce the fetal, say, low birth weight, etc., etc. So thank you for patient listening.
Soumya, you can stop sharing the screen.
Yes.
And we can take the question.
The question. Yeah. I'll just do that. Yes. Yeah.
So audience, you can start posting your questions. And people on the Zoom, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. Okay. So Soumya, you were telling about the pediatric obstructive sleep apnea, right?
Yes.
So what could be the major cause of this?
See, when you assess obstructive sleep apnea, we can even see facial, what do you call, facial malformations, tonsillectomy, and third is even weight gain. I have seen 10 years girl with say 60 kgs of weight, mouth breathing. So all this causes, yes, we have to go with the lifestyle modification from the beginning. Genetics play a role. The correction is important. And even the palate, the tongue, so dental issues. Obstructive sleep apnea is like that. It is not only one, okay, obesity. No, it's nothing. It's together, say from ENT, dental, and yes, obesity plays a role. So when the patient comes, we have to see facial adenoid phase, we say. So the face features play a role.
Okay.
In pediatric.
In the pediatric.
Whereas, yeah, in adults, it's a simple assessment questionnaire. See, for in my when a patient come or when an obese individual come, my questionnaire will be sleep, number of hours, and what is the sleep time. As I said, the quality of sleep. Yeah. Ma'am, I sleep at 1 o'clock. I get up at 9 o'clock. Okay, 8 hours of sleep is connected, but that is not the case. It's a quality matters. Melatonin, half of the PCOD in young girls, PCOD problem, all because of melatonin not formed. Why? Night awaking. So all this plays a role. So sleep, we say sleep nothing, but sleep is very important. Sleep is everything. And snoring is common these days. People say due to stress, maybe due to sinus. Snoring is not common. It is associated with some problem. So 25 years snoring, that is not. So snoring is not common. Maybe we laugh, snoring, but we have to treat it.
Right. You were mentioning about the quality of sleep in the beginning of the slide. So if you can throw some light on it.
Yes, first, quality of sleep means what? We have an old saying, early to bed, early to rise.
Right.
That is very important. So when you sleep, keep the lights off, gadgets off, so that your nervous system will be in a resting condition. The irritability and all will be normal, and you can sleep. See, 5 or 6 hours of sleep with peace of mind, with quality sleep. That is something called quality sleep is important. So 9, yes, with the gadgets off, lights off, that is enough. So quality of sleep means that.
Okay. Okay. You were mentioning just now, like, a 10-year-old girl with 60 kgs of weight.
Yes.
What what made her to grow such a huge weight?
Yes.
I hope it would be your case study.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is actually correct. I love that case because handling it, see, 60 kgs ila radu, to be frank.
Right.
60 kgs radu.
Right.
So what I felt is, from what age was she gaining weight? Where did she or her parents missed her? So I should tell you, Mayuri, it took almost 2.5 hours just for the assessment and counseling. Not even I didn't put my pen. It's only for assessment. So where it went wrong? Maybe 6 years. She was saying that 6 to 7 years where academic load increased. So she was like junk, stress eater. And that is the age where, okay, chinna pillane kada ichchedamu. I mean, that is from parents' fault. Yes,
right.
Parents' fault. So slowly, they didn't know. They don't know. See, 60 kgs, 10 years, 60 kgs means maybe at 8 or 9 also, she was overweight for her age.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Parents ended up, yes, 10 years, 60 kgs. When again, because father was telling she's snoring.
Right.
And yes, and second, one of her cousin, because of obesity, ended up with PCOD. So that made him to think my daughter should not
Get
be like
into that state.
Yes. So patient came for obesity, but got treated for OSA as well as for PCOD. I mean, yes.
So that, in future she may not.
Yes,
right.
yes. So small physical exercise. See, we sit together. Say we sit for 1-2 hours. We don't get up, walk, which is small changes in our lifestyle will actually change everything.
Right.
And
True.
psychological approach, that is more important. And mother being parents, we should not compare. See, your brother is thin, don't eat. See, that stresses. That girl of 10 years, she literally cried, please send my mother out for a few minutes so that I can talk with you.
Right.
So
I mean, that shows the amount of stress, the load of stress she's taking on our,
yes, true. And Mayuri, actually, when we selected this topic, obstructive sleep apnea, you know what? Many, I feel I have covered only 2%. Truly. Questionnaire and stop bank theory and many other. I covered only 2%, I feel. I don't know why always it is, but it's being a vast topic.
Right, I understand. Dr. Janki, are you audible?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're back.
Great,
Hi,
great.
ma'am. At last, I'm able to hear you. Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice presentation, Soumya. And
thanks
as
a lot,
usual, the bubbly voice and the bubbly way of your attitude is so nice,
Thanks, ma'am. It's always your blessings. I love to hear your voice, actually. And today, first itself, Mayuri, she gave me a shock. Madam is not audible, but I'm happy.
Somebody raised their hand. Shanti Subramaniam, somebody raised their hand just now. I think they are not online right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one interesting thing that I observed, I saw many cases, people who come with obesity. The neck circumference is very, very important. I saw people both this part and the neck together, aligned together.
Correct, connected together.
Yeah. So even the person cannot move much also, the entire body will move like this.
Yes.
They cannot move like this.
Actually, we can easily see, ma'am. Physical.
You can easily see, isn't it? You can easily see, and this I found, and this portion of the face also, outgrown, it will grow like this, and the shape of the face also changes like this. Here it will be conical, and here it will enlarge.
Correct.
Right. This is one of the things. As soon as you see the person, you can understand that the person might be suffering with snoring in general terminology. May not be sleep apnea, but in snoring in the general terminology. And when I asked, then the person revealed. I was just planning for his weight loss, but when I asked him about do you snore, then he revealed that he's using the machinery. In the night he will sleep with the machinery, and wherever he is traveling, one suitcase will be his clothes, and one suitcase will be the breathing machine that he carries. So
CPAP is modern this one, ma'am. Now because.
So after he lost weight, and now he even forgot the mission.
Awesome.
Oh, very nice. Yes, as I said, 20% of weight loss, 50% changes, reduction in obstructive sleep apnea is seen.
Yes. I think this is actually we only look into when we say obesity, we look into things like cholesterol, heart problem, diabetes, and PCOD. Of course, those are all common. But this is a physical thing which every day, it's an everyday issue. Every time they go to sleep, it's a problem for them, definitely. So I think in the checklist of obesity, people must have this sleep apnea checklist as one point.
Yes, true, ma'am. Small, like as I said, CPAP and oral appliances. Without the surgery, it can be actually corrected for the patient who are normal. I mean, normal to modern. Normal. Yes. So few things can be corrected easily where we don't concentrate much on it.
Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to ask, suppose as we age, all the muscles will be flaccid. They may not be as
So,
turbid as. Yeah. So does that also cause a sleep apnea? So when you are sleeping in the position that the muscles will get relaxed and then obstruct sleep?
yes, ma'am. Age with
At what
increase
age
in
can
age.
we expect that?
In women,
Hmm.
I can say menopausal, postmenopausal, ma'am.
Okay.
Whereas in men, actually, obstructive sleep apnea itself, as I mentioned there, sex, male gender, the obstructive sleep apnea is seen common, but in
Yes.
women, in pregnancy and postmenopausal, because of changes of hormone and all, this is seen common. And as usual, menopausal itself, there are many hormonal changes, again, weight gain, it plays a role. So
Yeah,
I can
hormonal
say
changes,
above
weight
50,
gain, and
yes, 47, above 47 women. And in men, as the age increases, if he weight gain, physical lack of physical activity, that itself is enough to
yes.
say, okay, obstructive sleep apnea.
And also nowadays we are sitting, as you said, we are sitting. Most of the time we are sitting, and the posture, does it play a role? The whole day how we maintain our posture.
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
not straight. Our lung is compromised to some extent. We are not
Correct.
actually getting enough oxygenated blood actually. So does it play a role?
Yes, posture plays a role, ma'am. It is like, suppose we are talking in cell or we are seeing something. Bending our head itself means compromised. You're comprising the muscles. So it's always.
We are always like this.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Absolutely, ma'am. We are like this. Always
Yeah.
it's like this only. So it is better to be like this.
Yeah, better is to look at your phone, because it's inevitable that we have to look at the phone.
True.
Just
Now,
look like, yeah.
and especially due to COVID, it is common, ma'am. Even the children's.
Yeah, children
So
also too.
that plays a role. Even it will hurt our eye contact also, like seeing like this. So posture, sit erect, sit straight. This should be our posture.
Any sleeping positions for people who has a stomach, especially upper stomach, and during pregnancy, so that the lung will not get compromised?
We usually say left side or right side, ma'am. But as the sideways, as the gestational age increases, gynecologists say left side sleeping position, because of the proper Doppler blood flow. Yeah. So in pregnancy, left side. It instead of sleeping straight, it's better sideways.
And
it's always better left side. And never don't sleep on the tummy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. People with stomach and also during pregnancy.
Yes.
Of course, definitely.
Yes.
And the diet you prescribe to these patients, what kind of diet? It will, of course, weight loss diet, whichever method you follow, it can be weight loss diet. Apart from that, is there anything like foods that help in carrying oxygen more, like dates or green leafy vegetables?
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Which increases the antioxidants, say oxygen levels, green leafy vegetables. That plays important role. We have nuts with rich in omegas and antioxidants, so especially pumpkin seeds, almonds. All these, it is like pocket therapy.
Okay.
And I when I counsel, I say shiny colored vegetables like carrot, shiny colored fruits like apple, all green vegetables play a role. And suppose if there are few complaining like kidney or any other associated, for them, always gourd vegetable like rich gourd, bitter gourd, bottle gourd, snake gourd, which has water more. That is preferred for those who have associated comorbidities. And of course, for diabetic, we always prefer low glycemic index food. And weight loss therapy, it differs between individual to individual, ma'am, and their lifestyle. See, suppose now today's trend is like going with intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
keto diet and all. High protein diet, keto diet, yes, as a expert or as a clinicians we can follow, but we have to monitor every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks their kidney function.
Hmm.
That is one important. And as I said, 1 year, if the individual is able to maintain their weight, that itself is enough. Shrinkage of digestive system, 1 year you maintain. See,
Yes.
today, say daily if you do physical activity, but after 4 months, after you achieve little weight, weekly thrice or four,
Hmm.
fine. That is how I say the patient. And any which ways you eat and sit, all will gain weight.
Yeah.
Anyone in and out you should do. So this adds more satisfaction to the patient. And more than that, ma'am, I feel giving than regime. Counseling plays a role, ma'am. It's like we have to be a patient listener first. It's
Yes.
what they speak. First, we have to take it, because after many things, obesity itself is like it's a self-esteem, lowering their
Yeah.
self-esteem. So
Yeah.
after consulting many doctors, physicians,
Yes.
and all, they end up coming
To
for our
dietitians. They
consultation.
don't come
Correct.
They
to
come to us
dietitians
The first
first.
visit. And now at least it is better, ma'am.
Yes.
I feel now at least it is
With
better.
Corona, awareness on
True.
diet and
True.
food has increased,
True.
and people are more conscious.
True.
Of course, that's true.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the lifestyle has changed so much that we have to stay
Yes.
at home and not move a lot and all that.
Correct. Lifestyle. That is very important, ma'am. That in that lifestyle only our sleep will come, alcohol consumption, smoking. It's all like everything play a role.
Yes, of course, alcohol as such gives a lot of calories, and along with that goes the snacks, which are high and very rich in
Yes.
calories.
Yes.
After that will be dinner, which means almost like, at one go with alcohol and snacks, the entire 1800 calories will be
Yes.
consumed
And again,
per day. Per
fatty
day's
liver,
calories will be
alcoholic liver. Yes.
yeah, fatty
Fatty
liver.
liver, alcoholic liver, all the story stats.
Does the constipation and sleep apnea has any connection?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Constipation and sleep apnea connection will be there, where in sleep apnea, lack of sleep, first thing,
Hmm.
that itself changes our hormone and mental disturbances.
Hmm.
Once it is there, slowly, constipation, anxiety, stress,
Hmm.
everything comes. So
Okay.
in obesity also, constipation, many I see obese individual, when I ask their when I take their questionnaire, first will come, ma'am, I feel I'm constipated.
Hmm.
First question itself.
Obesity and
So
constipation is common again.
common.
Very common.
Yes.
And
So
fecal matter being loaded, also it will also give some pressure to the
pressure to the,
lung area
yes.
from the large intestine.
Yes.
That is another point. So sleep apnea looks so simple. We feel it is only snoring and some corrections, some tablets will do the magic, but it is related to the entire system.
True, ma'am. It is related to entire system, starting from irritability, neuropsychological. If you see kids, pediatric, as I said, if sleepiness in the daytime, people sit and snore. That is what is the Epworth scale, scoring scale. So
Okay.
you talk, we see normally sitting people sleep.
People fall asleep. Yeah.
Fall and sleep. Maybe in those days, abba ekku chadvesamo anukuntam. But now the scenario is different.
Now, when the airway gets obstructed because they don't will not be able to breathe.
True.
Were there any kind of fatalities occurring during the sleep because of lack of air?
Yes, ma'am. Because of that only, we have sleep studies where it is seen. So till before going to that only, we have CPAP to ensure therapy, and even oral and complete mouth correction if they have any dental issues. So
Hmm.
all this before going to that stage.
Okay.
And I've seen in now because of corona, people like they mislead, like why is
Hmm.
this happening?
Hmm.
Lack of oxygen.
Hmm.
So before that only they get corrected. But yes,
Okay.
CPAP is a modern technique now.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
and mandibular
Hmm.
advancement.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these are the technique where we can
Correct it. So
correct
that
it.
the person can be saved.
Yes, saved. Yes, ma'am. True.
And
At least here.
okay, what could be the dental corrections? I mean, what are the dental related issues that are leading to the sleep apnea? That could lead to the
Yeah,
sleep apnea.
we can see the mandible advancement. Seeing the person, as Janki ma'am said, facial
Yeah, bulging.
craniofacial bulge, and the teeth here. It's soft. I mean, it's flat.
Okay.
So with that itself, a dental professional will know. So what they do is we have oral appliances. The what do you call height of teeth?
Teeth.
Yes.
Okay, so the positioning and the height of the teeth also matters.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We have even full mouth rehabilitation.
Mhm.
So
Like
that a dental professional when see actually obstructive sleep apnea, as I said, and now I'm seeing in my clinic where ENT surgeon he rules out. It's not mine. Then comes to dental where he finds lot to be done. Oral appliances, correction with full mouth correction. If the patient BMI is normal, thank God I won't get any referral. But if it is anything above 30, and it's always like, అరే ఇక్కడ అవ్వలేదు అంటే కంపల్సరీ మన వాళ్ళనే అని కంపల్సరీ మన దగ్గర పంపిస్తారు. Obviously, it's like one step.
One step for everything. For all corrections.
For all correction. True, ma'am.
Actually, in men, this is most common. I think this happens because of the andropause. As women has menopause, men have andropause, and because of the fatigue of hormonal changes or whatever hormonal changes, the cranial enlargement will be there.
Yes.
When you compare the pictures of early young days and men in andropause, you can check the pictures. There will be cranial enlargement, and with lifestyle changes and the sedentary lifestyle, I think this portion also gets enlarged and causes obstruction.
We can see also, ma'am.
Other than this, I read about
same. What you're it's the same, ma'am. But what you're about to tell.
There is another sleep apnea called central sleep apnea. It has to do with the nervous system.
Yes, ma'am. It's a respiratory effort where it is. Why I didn't go much into it because it's not much connected with our obesity. It's with the central nervous system respiratory effort. So cessation of airflow. So that is central sleep apnea. Whereas in obstructive sleep apnea, our obesity, fat cells play a role.
Okay. So in that, is any possibility of giving B vitamins to improve the nervous system functioning?
Yes, ma'am.
The role of diet in that is
it will be see in that case in central this one as will be like a complementary or say second line therapy, whereas in obstructive it is first line. So in this, any which ways we go, in central we take B12 SA, vitamin D, all the micronutrients. Correction to some extent will help them, but that is not the treatment.
That is not the treatment.
Yes. So for nervous system, any which ways, B12, many B complex vitamins, selenium, zinc,
Essential fatty acids and
essential fat,
minerals.
yes, essential minerals, zinc play a role, selenium play a role. So all this, it's a second line therapy in dose. Whereas here, when we come with obstructive sleep apnea, ours is the first line therapy.
Yeah, ours is first line because they have to
Yes.
reduce. That's the biggest
So
challenge.
that is the reason I ended up. Clinicians' first goal should be weight loss.
Okay.
Please suggest or please send to us. We'll take care.
Okay. In your practice, what kind of obesity you've seen? Like, is it middle age or young adolescent obesity, or it
Ma'am,
is to do with
here,
post-menopause or andropause?
in fertility setup, when I was working with fertility clinic, there obviously it's like PCOD and all adult. But after putting my own setup here, ma'am, I should say, in a week, I see young girls, say 10, 9 years, 10 years. As I said, 10 years with 60, 13 years with 95.8 kgs, ma'am. 95.8.
Oh my God.
And after achieving her maybe in a couple of months or say 4 to 6 months, that I'll give you as a case study, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure.
95.8, 13 years.
Sure.
Oh my God.
So, and no genetic,
There's a case
no
study
genetic
presentation from you
yes,
in Tea
yes,
Talks
I'm actually
after
waiting for
6
it, but
months.
yes, after 6 months. So, and no genetic factors, ma'am, in this case. So that is the reason it was interesting and quite challenging also, because every 2 days she calls me.
Okay.
Nice.
She's on her way to good health.
Yes, ma'am. True.
But so sad to hear this, na? Like 10-year-old with 60 kgs,
It is
13-year-old with 93 kgs. I mean, don't know what is happening.
correct, Mayuri. You know what? See, when you do that, when you take that case, say 2 to 2.5 solid hours, maybe you can't take another case for a couple of hours. To be frank, why? Because when we counsel, we should be perfect mentally and physically. So it takes time. What to be done? What next to be done? What planning? So as you said, what is happening with today's generation?
Totally
10
different.
years with 60. See, till as 13 years, 95, it'll come from 60, 70, 80, then
Yes.
comes 95.8.
95, right.
Yeah. So,
But
it is an red alert for all the parents to check their kids' weight.
oh, ma'am, really it is true.
And not only just the diet and the physical activity, as like last week where I emphasized more of holistic approach. I think the psychological, socio-emotional and psychological factors are playing a major role, especially in these kids.
Definitely, ma'am.
Yeah.
Really, psychological and socio-economic factor definitely will play a role. I can say percentage-wise, like 40 to 50% of what you eat, 20%, say 20 to 25% of your physical activity, 15 to 20% will be your psychological role. Genetics, when we counsel, we can't say genetic play a role, because again they'll say, mommy, it is genetic, so I'll be like this. So I'll be very cautious when I deal with kids. I don't
never
say
use
genetics.
the word genetics.
No, I'll never. And today's kids, they are techno savvy. What is genetic? Because of mom, because of dad, it is. No, I can't. So when I counsel genetics, I don't touch, and I hate the topic as well.
The other day I got a patient. She's explaining about herself, and at the end she said, I also borrowed these kind of things from my parents. She's giving 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So she decided already that she borrowed certain things genetically. My parents gave me this. That's what I mean. Till now we won't even utter a word to our parents.
Oh, true, man. Today's generation is like that.
No,
and yeah.
No, actually,
So,
genetics, people blame genetics, but actually, genetics is warning us. I mean, it is giving a message.
Message.
Let's take that message in a
Correct
in
way.
the right way.
We are humans. We don't take anything in the right way.
but then how much ever genetics, if that blueprint is there in our genes, but there need to be a triggering factor.
Right.
So that triggering factor can be internal or external, but
External.
both we can actually look into. That's why it takes 2 hours for to listen and take every other thing and then control, or at least devise something which they can do easily. All these things will take a lot of time.
True. True. True.
In
And
our
what they
day-to-day
say.
uh, consultation also, ma'am, other
Hmm,
than say obstructive sleep apnea,
hmm,
in normal obesity or whatever, say PCOD or obesity, whatever case, what I do is when I give the when I ask the questions, I give them a paper where any which ways food log is common for dealing with high obese or above 35 and all. We usually say food log,
hmm,
physical activity is common, but added to it, number of hours sleep, number of hours sleep, last you switched off your gadget, when did you get up, when did you sleep. This every week they'll WhatsApp me, ma'am.
hmm,
This is
Awesome.
what huh, this is what is my questionnaire,
hmm,
where we already do food log and all. We already do it.
hmm.
Morning games, enough snack and all. Added to this, I have made this sleep questionnaire where even I'll know about the psychological behavior, and it is not only treating with obstructive sleep apnea. I do for all patients, ma'am.
Correct. That is an environmental factor, no? There is
Correct.
an environmental
Environmental
factor,
factor. Yes.
and we have to look into all other things. That's what the holistic
Approach.
thing
Approaches.
approach
Everything.
says.
Yes.
So we need to look into all other aspects of their lifestyle, and then we
Correct.
check. And we are more than dietitians, more than nutritionists. I think
We
we
are
have to get a new name then.
we are more than that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, ma'am. True.
Food is
Because sometimes when
just
we
more than a diet prescription. Food is just more than a diet prescription.
Diet prescription. True.
yes,
And what patients talk to us is just a verbal articulation of their feelings, but it is much beyond that.
beyond that, yes.
That's
Sometimes what no, ma'am, especially dealing with adolescent, I forget whether I'm a nutritionist or a psychologist.
True.
My prescription of diet will be only 5 minutes, but my
yeah,
speaking will be a lot. As
yeah.
such, I speak a lot, and now
But then that you have to listen to.
listen to.
You'll be
That is
listening most
true,
of the time.
true, true. We'll be listening. So I feel okay. Am I this or am I that?
Good. So the topic actually sleep apnea topic not only put points. You have given take home messages already,
Yeah.
but the best take home message we got is like sleep apnea has to be one of the in the questionnaire, one of the point in the questionnaire
Yes,
for the
yes,
latest
yes,
now even for children also.
yes,
And
ma'am.
also it has pointed out that uh, this is a new area actually where dietitians and nutritionists actually ventured into. You are, I
Hmm.
think maybe you are the first one to ventured into sleep apnea as a specialization for you.
Yes, ma'am.
That is
Actually,
one good point.
there are a few studies, ma'am, but in sleep apnea, because it is complicated with ENT and dental and mind. So these studies, it takes time. It's like not 2 months or 3 months. It will take time. And in
Yes.
as I said, Journal of American Sleep Study Journal. I've given about obstructive sleep apnea and obesity. Maybe it is getting published because of COVID condition. They were publishing their own COVID articles, and mine, I got the acknowledgement, but article is still pending
Not
because
yet
of this.
published.
Yes. So
So
before
that
this talk, I
also
expected, but
two talks from you then.
yes,
You want
Sure, ma'am.
journal reading also, so that we can.
Yes, I'll
So
surely,
one
ma'am.
more important point is that a dietitian is evolving so much, a nutritionist is evolving so much. We are much more than what we give as a prescription.
Correct, ma'am.
That's an important point that came out of this discussion. So
Yes.
great, good. So topics like this, I think, actually focus on our roles more diligently.
Yes, that is the reason for this. I can say BATE, BATE. B means BMI, A is age, T is tongue enlargement. This three you see obstructive sleep apnea done, and mandibular advancement and all. Physical, this one you can. Seeing BMI, age, and tongue enlargement, one can assess.
So how do you know that tongue enlargement is there?
Tongue enlargement and regarding what do you call dental, after doing everything they refer to me.
Okay. Okay.
So after ruling out ENT and dental issue, then
Okay.
comes my issue of
Okay.
neck circumference, abdominal fat and all. So it's
Okay.
like all together.
Or any cutoff points for neck circumference?
Yes, ma'am. It should not be greater than 17 in men.
Centimeters.
Yes, and 15 in women.
Okay. So just like our BMI cutoff points and
BMI, yes, and to
waist
add
hip ratio cutoff points, we can
true,
have this 17 for men and 15 for women.
Yes, ma'am. And yes, coming to BMI, you have actually forgot to tell about that. Now, only BMI, I feel that is gone.
Okay.
That is totally gone. So when you want to assess the patient, BMI, waist and hip ratio, fat percentage, fine. It's up to you. And then neck circumference. 3 will be the parameters. BMI, yes, tall, muscular build, you can assess their BMI. And of course, BMI will be more. That doesn't mean they have to lose their weight.
Correct.
Waist and hip ratio play a very important role. Apple, gynoid obesity, Apple obesity, so Android obesity, PR shaped. So that plays a role. And then neck circumference, easily, as you said, seeing the appearance itself. Like
that,
for PC.
That includes even waist circumference as well.
Waist and hip.
We need not even go into hip also. Just
Yeah.
waist circumference will tell you. So and in online practice, I found waist circumference measurement very effective tool because it actually shows how much fat reduction happened.
True. Yes, ma'am. True.
So I just asked them to send me that waist.
True, ma'am.
Measurement.
And
not to throw it as a waste.
And if you go for ASA along with obesity, I would say thigh measurement also play a role, because the moment you say physical activity or exercise, patient won't be able to do it because of their weight. Already they are having that problem. So what I feel is reduction thigh where you please measure your thighs so that we'll know. So I put a tabular this one measurement, weekly measurement. What are the changes you have? So what changes did you get? So that it is easy to assess this. So then I'll end up telling, okay, physical activity will be your life. How many months or how many years will anyone be in a diet? It is difficult. Manam panjastunde tinadaniki, to be frank. So to their behavioral approach, we have to change. So 6 months, if you say, yes, to reduce, they'll do. But to continue, then eat and burn, which is very easy. But in case of obstructive sleep apnea and obese individual with 40 BMI, walking itself is very difficult for them. You can't say do exercise. For those cases, if no contraindication, where all the therapies made zero, maybe I refer to a bariatric surgery. Maybe that also consent, legal video consent. Okay, bariatric surgery, because surgery itself
is also there.
Yes, and legal consent also, ma'am.
Okay.
that so and so. And I feel when we counsel also, we have to put a video recording, which is good for us as well as for the patient. And off late, after starting my clinic, seeing my colleagues, so ENT surgeon and dental surgeon, I mean, video consultation, video, this one and legal, it is like for them like this. For me to adapt, it will take time, but it became okay. Before starting the patient, I'll on my camera, it became an habituate.
Good. Maybe one CC camera will be enough, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Or if that is not there, our cell phone is enough, ma'am. We can take the, I always say, see, this is recorded, private. It is between you and me, between patient and doctor. That's it.
So, many patients also, they record when we are talking.
I don't
take consent. Some do, without taking our consent, they start recording.
That is the reason. Best method
very
is
sure about it.
Yes, best method. I have my assistant or receptionist. Ma'am, please switch off your cell and keep here, or please switch off your cell. That's it. That is the best method, ma'am.
This is the best method.
If patient asks, you want, I'll much potano adidi, you just tell me which language you want. You want me to write in English? I'll write. Telugu, I'll write in Telugu. Tamil, I'll write in Tamil. Hindi, you tell, I'll write. So where is the point of recording when everything is written?
True.
So
great. This discussion, sleep apnea, has led us to so many points. So many points have come up, which is very, very nice. And certain things to learn in practice. Now, the last point is like a video recording.
Yes.
Video recording of the client session is quite useful for us to learn, for us to change our own behavior, and for us to check the client's behavior as well.
True, ma'am. Before, especially when you take the review consultations repeatedly, you will actually see the behavior. You'll actually note everything, and that is itself like to say for any upcoming CMEs and all, you'll forget 3-4 months before patient. But if it is there, okay, I've said like this, I told her like this. This is the behavioral therapy. It's always video consent and legal consent and paper consent is must. And I have my questionnaire also, ma'am, where they'll WhatsApp me. If you see my cell phone, more than I have all patient number where it's difficult.
It's very difficult. You have to maintain.
Yeah. No one will touch my phone also, ma'am. It is difficult for them because, what is there? Mine.
I know.
So
maybe you can post in the Facebook. Can post your questionnaire. It will be helpful.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Since you didn't show it, a screenshot of a questionnaire.
Sure, I'll do it, ma'am. It is very easy, and people feel okay. I'm doing and questionable. Badyata, doctor ki patient ki badyata untundi, and responsibility. That's it.
Responsibility. Serious.
So it's not the commercial thing.
Yeah.
So
great. So shall we close?
Yes.
More
10
than
minutes.
10 minutes more than our scheduled time.
Yeah.
It's really nice, very nice talking. Your talk is very good, very crisp, and
thanks,
very good take-home messages. And in this discussion, we really learned so many things. I'm sure all people who are watching this or would watch this video later have something to take home.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, and we look forward for your case study and also journalism.
Sure, ma'am. Thanks, Mayuri, for the chance. And second thing, yes, as madam said, for me, 30 minutes to 40 minutes is always not enough. Still, actually, I wanted to put more videos. My colleagues and my parents, your PPT is more. What will you talk? And even Saini said, it's a tea talk, Soumya. Please let it be a talk show. Don't put more PPT. Where I felt okay. So mine won't be completed in one session, ma'am. As usual, you started with that only.
Great.
So, but thank you, Soumya.